Hey, Kevin Martin here, your UT admissions guy. I thought I'd make an informal video today about fall 2021 transfer students who are still waiting for their admissions decisions. I'm filming this from Cairns, Australia, so it's noon on June 16th for me, and that means it's in the evening or late evening in Texas in the United States. And I know UT Austin said that they would have all of their transfer admissions decisions released by June 15th, but like so many things with college admissions in UT Austin, they just drop the ball, right? It would just be so easy to just send people emails and say, hey, by the way, like we're a little bit behind, we need more time. But being transparent and accountable to the public, to taxpayers, to applicants and their families just is not on the top of the priority for universities across the United States. This problem of lack of transparency is not central or specific to UT Austin. It's a plague and a virus that's infecting universities nationwide who prefer to have chatbots on their websites rather than humans, or have like clever marketing funnels that borrow from the corporate public relations playbook that look more like something you would see from a multinational corporation rather than a taxpayer subsidized public university. So for all of the transfer students who are still out there waiting for their admissions decisions, this is like the fifth or sixth video I've made this year that is just sort of an apology on behalf of the universe, because you're not going to get one from official sources who love to use language of practicing a student-centered admissions process, yet can't seem to reliably release their decisions when they say they're going to do it. And to me, it's just for families out there, especially with younger siblings or people who have brothers and sisters, if you are questioning the credibility of universities, not just in the state of Texas, but across the United States, I think that's a valid concern to have. It's central to my new YouTube channel, Admissions Madness, and my new book, Surviving the College Admissions Madness. And just over the last decade working inside UT Austin first, and then now over the years assisting families and students and serving for a time as a moderator on Reddit's Applying to College, like I just see firsthand how out of touch these universities are. So there's still a lot of my clients who are waiting to hear back, including a bunch who have 4.0s. I think I've had, about a third of my clients have gained admission from a variety of majors, including some who have, 3.7 GPAs. So it's not even like borderline students are waiting. Students are like, oh, if I haven't heard back yet, am I getting denied? But like, honestly, like we just have no idea. That's why it's all very speculative, and there's no way to tell why there's a delay, because they just don't communicate. And so that's where we're at. Even if you look on their like their Twitter page, it's just a bunch of nonsense about, come to UT, it's great. And it's like, yeah, we know. Like, I was reading a thread on Reddit today that there's freshmen who don't have housing for, for summer, before summer orientation. And so it's like, it's frustrating because universities have a monopoly on educational services. UT Austin's obviously a top choice for many students because it has that perfect mix between great city, great education at a quality price, and you just don't have really an equivalent public university that offers that full package in the way that the University of California system has, 4 or 5 or 6 really great public institutions. So I understand the fixation that students have on UT Austin, and particularly for transfers who have probably oftentimes already been denied once as a high school senior, perhaps even denied another time for transfers. And it's also a problem because many universities, like University of Washington, for example, had their decisions released, I think, in late April or early May. But they also gave this like early deadline enrollment for like the middle of May. So I had clients that were admitted to computer science or engineering programs across the United States that already had to make an admissions decision while still waiting for their UT Austin outcome. So the lack of standardization between universities, both in terms of not just their essay requirements, but when they release their decisions and their enrollment deadlines, it just adds more uncertainty and madness to an already insane process. And for high school seniors, for example, there's this national May 1st decision one day where universities are all supposed to have their decisions out by April 1st in order to give families, some weeks or even months to make that decision. And so now you have even the students who are getting admitted to UT are sort of scrambling for finding an apartment in Austin, making a transition to the university, trying to find on-campus housing, which, is filling up for the high school seniors enrolling freshmen. So just to say, I'm sorry, there's no rhyme or reason for this. I have many 4.0 clients, liberal arts and computer science, who are still waiting to hear back. Fine arts, I don't think, has released any decisions. And so I just don't really know what to say other than, keep me posted, comment in this video, let me know what your outcomes are. Obviously, you can send me an email. I don't have any insights to provide. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. It's like one of the reasons this YouTube channel is popular is simply because people are craving information, and for whatever valid or invalid reasons, universities don't want to communicate to people. They just don't care. And I'm just increasingly convinced of that perspective, that individual admissions counselors might care. You might get a lucky call on the customer service line, but the bureaucracies themselves, they're just not interested. They're just not interested. So one of my favorite YouTube channels has a catch line. It's not something I made up, but the tagline is go where you're treated best. And I think that applies to college admissions as well. I go to a university that communicates with you, that wants you, that gives you, that sticks to their word, and releases their decisions in a timely manner. So for any younger students out there watching this video, prospective transfers, just understand that this is a very stressful and dehumanizing process, and it's not your fault. It's not your parents' fault. I don't even blame the individual admissions counselors themselves. It's not their fault either. They're just complicit in a system that has very poor incentives that prioritize things like marketing and enrollment metrics over, concerning themselves with the individual well-being of each of their applicants and students. So, for those of you who are going to UT Austin, I wish you the best of luck. Congratulations. It's an institution I still believe in. I think it provides a great education. I just wish that they would do a lot more, right? They have record application numbers from 67,000 students apply, yet they have a record low number of admissions counselors who are employed for the university, especially for transfers, which may only have a couple assigned admissions counselors. So for those of you who have emailed UT and not getting any responses back, it's also because they're just, in much the same way that corporate management consultants, gut, corporations with their staff and layoffs, you have the same sorts of issues at public and private universities as well. They're trying to automate and use technology as a substitute for a genuine, sincere, human-centered approach to just human decency. So I've been going on a rant for a while. I'm uploading this raw. So anyways, I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope that you find out sooner rather than later.